the opportunity to hold this wonderful event today. We welcome you all to the seminar conducted by Professor Sarika Rani on the session on pathways for copyright filing process. I would like to thank Vasanta Khan, College of Engineering and Visual Arts, Principal Dr. Alam Sheikh, IIC President Dr. Praveen Yadav, IIC Vice President Professor Sapnil Desai, IIC Commander Professor Tessie Mudha, IT Coordinator for IIC and EDC Professor Mayuri Ma'am for permitting us to organize the event today. I welcome all the faculty members and my dear friends for attending the seminar today. Let me take few minutes to introduce you all our today's guest speaker, Professor Sarika Rani, who is Assistant Professor at Shine Anchor College of Engineering. She has qualification in MEIT passed in 2014 from Mumbai University. With 16 years of experience, she has published 2 international journals, 2 IEEE conferences, 2 national conferences, and 2 international conferences. She is an internship coordinator for National Informatics Center, Mumbai internship since 2009, and has delivered many sessions such as Introduction to Software Development Life Cycle, delivered on 28 August 2020. A session on pathway for copyright filing delivered on 24 February 2021. A session on copyright delivered on 3rd July 2021 during STTP on technical content writing and copyright, etc. I would like to request Mayuri Ma'am to felicitate today's speaker, Professor Sarika Rani. Now, without further ado, let's warmly welcome Professor Sarika Rani on the stage.
Guys, I do understand now you are in a submission phase, and even though you are sitting, there is a lot of issues in your mind regarding assignment submission is there, papers, I2 and all that. But I will not take much of your time, but I want you to pay your attention whatever I am talking. So it's a kind request, you can keep your mobiles aside, you can keep your sheets, assignment papers, so that I can finish it up quickly, and if you are paying attention, obviously it will be useful for you. Thank you very much. Today we'll be having discussion on copyright majorly, but before starting with the copyright, let us understand what is IPR and some fundamental terms which comes under IPR. So what IPR is, IPR stands for Intellectual Property Right. So first you try to understand what IPR is and what are the terms which are coming under IPR. So definition of IPR says it is a category of property which belongs to personal and corporation creates of human mind. Means whatever comes in your mind, your brain, you have to protect that because it is your own creation, and that is called as intellectual property. Now what comes under intellectual property is copyright, patent, trademarks and trade secrets. In short, I'll tell you about each and every term. When we are talking about copyright, It protects your creation. Now, who are you or whose creations will be protected? So it is protecting the creations of authors, creations of artists, or anyone who creates something. So that will be protected under copyright. Now, it means copyright So the word copyright means it protects your right so that someone else cannot copy the content or the thing which you have created. That's why the name is copyright. It is preventing your creation. Next category was patent. So you might have heard about patent or the people those who have filed or published the patent. So what patent does? Patent protects or patent grants the protection of your invention. So it includes the inventive steps and which are susceptible of the industry application. And ma'am told me that some students are interested for startups and they need to understand how this is important for startup. So when we are talking about patents, so patents are important for startup because your idea which are related to the business that you can protect under patent. So your competitor should not get what are your ideas about your business. So that is important in case of startup. Next is trademarks. So trademarks are nothing but symbols, signs, slogans or logos we can say. You might have, most of you are visiting McD's. So McD ka M, that is nothing but a trademark. You are drinking soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, so whatever the names that appears on the bottle, that is nothing but a trademark. Next is trade secret. Trade secrets are nothing but the secret information about any organization or about the business. So that secret information can be, if you want to launch a new product, then you must have done the market survey or the market research about that product. That becomes the trade secret. Then if you are having your customer list, that again becomes a trade secret. So these are the terms which you need to understand when we are talking about the copyright. Now moving further for copyright, as I told you earlier, copyright protects creative works. Now which type of creative works will be protected? You can protect report writing, drawing, artistic work, computer code, computer software. And in further slide also you will see the list of categories with which you can have a copyright protection. But as of now, from student point of view, you guys are in third year? Third year, right? So you must be having mini projects for third year? Yes? So you can do the copyright of your mini project reports. If your code is working properly and if it is giving you desirable output, then you can copyright your project as a computer software category. And maybe in next year or in this year also, if you are creating a database for your project, I am saying creating a database, not using the existing database. If you are creating a database, that database can also be copyright. Data set, in terms of the data set which is required for the execution of your project. So if you are considering a single project, 3 things can be copyrighted even for a single project. If you are paying attention properly and if you are following the steps properly and your guides are obviously there to help you how to copyright, then obviously in every year you can have 3 copyrights with you. If if you are doing it properly. You can copyright PPTs also. If you are having the novel project, and for that if you are creating very good PPT, very interactive PPTs, then you can do the copyrights of your PPTs also. So there are various ways with which you can have copyright for your creations. Now next category. This is the definition or the further explanation about the copyright. What copyright is? Copyright does not protect the idea, but it protects the skill and labor which is put for producing the works. If you are not able to understand this, I'll just explain you with an example. It is nothing but whatever idea is coming into your mind, that will not be protected, but the way how you are expressing it or how you are representing it, that can be copyrighted. In movies, you must have seen a situation is almost common to most of the movies. There is a poor guy and rich girl, and they are getting into relationship, but might be there is because of the rich and poor criteria, somehow there will be separation and all that. So most of the movies are based on that. या फिर लड़का लड़की उनकी फैमिलीज में कुछ झगड़ा होता है and because of that they are not getting into successful relationship. So this is idea. But every movie is representing this idea in some or different way. So this is how a copyright can be done for that movie. And again, if you are considering a movie itself can have number of copyrights because there are songs in a movie. So for lyrics there can be copyright, for music composition there can be copyright, for cinematography there can be copyright. So as I told you in case of project, so similarly for movie also there can be number of copyrights. Now these are the various categories for which you can copyright. This is what cannot be copyrighted. As I told you, ideas cannot be copyrighted, facts cannot be copyrighted, then concept cannot be copyrighted, data cannot be copyrighted, but data set which you are creating can be copyrighted. So when you are going to copyright your creation, you make sure that whether it belongs or not belongs to provided use. So this is the Copyright Act and Copyright Office is at Delhi. This is the website which you will be using for filing your copyright application. Earlier, before COVID era, everything was done in a physical mode. But from COVID, now they have started online application and which is easier for us to submit our application online. What you'll have to do is you'll have to go to this website and then you'll have to follow the steps which are required for copyright registration, and they'll give you list of documents also which need to be uploaded. So you'll have to upload the documents and then within the span you will get a status. What is the status of your copyright? You'll have to keep on checking the status. Earlier within 1 month or 1.5 months the copyright used to get registered. But now as number of people are applying for copyrights, understanding the importance of IPR, even industry organizations are also filing for copyright. So now they have extended the time for reviewing process, and because of that sometimes it may take 6 months also for getting your copyright registered. So you should have a patience. Once you have done all the steps properly, you can keep on checking the status, and once everything is okay, your copyright will be registered. You will get a mail that your copyright has been registered. This is the notification. Now who will be authors for copyright? Writers of the book. If you are writing a book, then you can copyright for that book. Then if you are a painter, this becomes a artistic category. Music composer, translator, cinematographer or photographer. So as I have already told you, the various categories for which you can copyright. So those who are creating that works, they are becoming author for that. Next is what is the life of copyright. So based on different categories, the life is dependent. So if your copyright is following into this category, say for example literary, dramatical, musical or artistic, then the copyright is there for 60 years even after your, right? And then this category from the date of publication till 60 years the life of copyright. So that is what the importance of copyright. Even if there is your death, but that right is still there. Next is steps how you can apply for copyright. As I told you, you can go to copyright.gov.in, that is the website. So here, this is the website URL has been given. The first thing which you have to do is registration step. So as you all know, you are having your Gmail account and all that, so you know how to do the registration. So you have to give the important details of yours, but most important thing is user ID and password. And I know that everyone knows what is the importance of remembering user ID and password, but still I suggest you that either in your diary or in your mobile in a secret folder you can mention somewhere your user ID or password. Because as I said, sometimes the time span for getting copyright registered is 6 months. So you will have patience and you will have to keep on checking every time. Maybe after a month or after 1.5 months, what is the status. So at that time, you will have to remember your user ID and password. So you can note down somewhere your user ID and password. Next is stage 2. Once you have done with the registration, you have to do the login. So this page will come where you will have to provide your user ID and password. You will have to enter this code which is given to you and you will have to submit it. Next is this screen will come where you will have to click on e-filing of application. Now this is not visible because the slideshow has not been done. But you will get first option as e-filing of application. So when you are applying for copyright, you will have to click on that option. Now from your college, everyone has done this. College NOC you are getting. Because what is the procedure in our colleges? There is a college NOC also. So what we ask student is first apply for college NOC. Not students, actually faculty members are doing all the steps for students. So we first used to get the college NOC because the thing is once you are applying for a copyright and you are paying fees, then within 30 days you will have to upload the documents. So that is the rule. So if you have to get some documents which you require for uploading, so we prefer that first you should get those documents, then you can apply for online application so that 30 days ka period becomes the valid for you for uploading of all the documents. So you can get those documents and then you can start your application. Now this is the form XIV or this is the actual form where you will have to register or apply for your copyright. So here you will have to give the details of the party. Now what should be the name of party and what should be the address of the party. Now if you are applying for a copyright for college work, then name of the party should be name of your college. If you are doing your individual work, then you can write your own name and your address. And if you are doing for startup, then you should give your name of your business. Next is communication details. Means whenever there is any discrepancy or whenever they want to notify you to whom they should contact, that becomes the address for communication. So here you will have to give those details to whom they are going to come. Now, this will not be visible to you. Online keyboard will come. Copyright.keyboard. So this is what a website where you will have to do the login. There is a problem while entering the details. Otherwise, I would have shown you the entire procedure. Let me see.
पूरी भाजी से देखना
Easy है. From current slide. Yeah, this is the step number 2 where you will have to fill all the details properly. See your name, address and nationality of the applicant. Now here you will have to enter information properly and with paying proper attention. The reason is, see for example, if you are applying for your project group, then the sequence in which you are applying or you are writing the information is important. So the first name of applicant which you are entering here. So the first name of the applicant which you are entering in the form, that student's sign need to be uploaded. So keep in mind. Suppose तुम कौन से भी सीक्वेंस से रैंडम लिख रहे हो और किसी का भी साइन है अपलोड कर रहे हो, it is not going to work. You will get a discrepancy. So the first applicant name is the student name and you will be uploading the signature of that student. And if your college name is also involved as one of the applicant, then last name of the applicant should be your college name. Next here is you will have to mention about what is the category of your copyright work, whether it is a literary, whether it is a dramatic. So most probably when you are applying for your college work, the category is literary. When you are applying for your project work report, or when you are applying for your PPTs, or when you are applying for your computer source code, it becomes a literary. Next is इसका स्लाइड
पूरी तो टाइम पहले देखने दो आधा घंटा तो होना चाहिए टाइम ही नहीं दिख रहा हड्डू पाएगा बस ये तेरा का सेंटर कैसा है कुछ तो नहीं है जाको नहीं रहा
Okay, here you have to, I'll share the PPT with the ma'am so that ma'am can share later on if you are interested for this. This is not visual and the board is also having some difficulties and you cannot have too much handy with it. Here you will have to mention the title of the work for which you are going to copyright. That title you will have to mention it correctly. Even if you are doing a single mistake while entering the title, when you are submitting your application, you will get a discrepancy. So say for example, if you are applying for a copyright for your project report, your project title should be correctly entered. Suppose the first letter is capital, but here you are entering in a small cap, then you will get a discrepancy for that. Next field here is description of the work. So it is suggested that whenever you are writing description of the work, please start the sentence with this work is a literary work which includes dash dash dash. That becomes a description of your project report or PPT or computer software. Because sometimes if you are not mentioning the category of your work properly, again there are chances of getting discrepancy. So better you should write the statement, this work is a literary work which has this. Next is you will have to select language here. So most probably for a literary you will be selecting English language. But if it is a computer software for which you are going to copyright, then obviously computer software is having your project code. So that will be in Java, that will be in Python. So that times this drop down box will not come. Specifically you will have to mention the language in which you have designed or developed your project. Next is here you will have to mention the information about your applicant and they are asking who are the authors. So authors and applicants are same, so you can mention your same as applicant. But the thing is, if you are involving college also, if your college policy is that college is also one of the applicants and here it is asking you number of authors. So please make sure that in column number 7 you will have to remove the college name from that point because college will not be author. You or your faculty members will be author for the work but college will not be author. So from column number 7 you will have to remove the college name as a author.
44 तक तो खींच के लो स्लाइड से ना तेरे पीछे वाले वो पढ़ रहा है वो पढ़ रहा है देखो तेरे पीछे
was the site what I was talking about. This is the home page for copyright.gov.in and once you have already applied for the copyright then you can have search by diary number or search by tag. So from here you can search or if you want to freshly apply you can click on this filing of application. You will get this. Click on this. And this is the step-by-step form which I was trying to explain you with the help of slides. So here you will have to mention the name of the party. As I said, college name you can enter, or if it is your individual work, you can enter your name, address, nationality, date of dispatch. You can enter the day's date as a date of dispatch because you are applying for. If I enter now, this will be super now.
मेरे को सीएस बुक याद आ गई फ्लैशबैक हो गया मेरा
You can see I have just entered the dummy data and I have tried to save it. The data has been stored here. Next, you can go for communication address.
अपना नाम लगा बीच वाले को दे कितने जन हैं सर क्लास में कितने रहे कितने 24
As I told you earlier, communication address is nothing but the details about the person with whom the copyright office will communicate for any further issues. Accept this done. Now, important step here is once you have entered the detail in every step, please don't forget to click on save option. Because even if in between, if you are leaving or if certain issues are occurring, whatever data you have entered, that will be saved with the website. And the website is little bit slow, so you'll have to have patience with this. Now this has been stored here. Now you can see the step number 2. Category of the applicant. If you are filing your own copyright, you can go for individual. If it is startup, you will have to select business category. And if you and your college like that, you will have the number of applicants together, you can go for others category. Next is primary applicant location. So here you will have to enter the details of the applicant. Next is you will have to upload the signature, but there is a criteria that the signature should be in JPEG format and it should be less than 512 MB. So make sure that your signature is ready with this. I'm just answering the random people here.
मेरे को समझ नहीं क्या शुरू हो गया
So you can see that the name of applicant and details of the applicant has been stored here. And as I have already explained, if you have 4 to 5 applicants, then please make sure that the first applicant will be the applicant whose signature you are going to upload. See, if I am not uploading JPEG file, it is giving me error. So your file should be in JPEG format which you have to upload. Next is nature of applicant interest in copyright work. So the category, but before that you will have to mention which type of right you want, whether you want authorship right, whether you want ownership right, that you will have to select. Next is class of the work. I have explained you all types of categories. So which category your work is belonging, that category you have to see. Next is description of the work. As I told you, description of the work should be this work is a literary work, and then you can start with the description of your work. Next is language of the work, whichever language that you can select. And if it is a computer software, then you will have to write down the language in which you have developed your work. Now this is the column number 7, which asks you for name, address, nationality of the author, and if the author is deceased, then you will have to provide the deceased date. So here I was telling you that here the name of the college will not come because it is asking for author information. Next column is whether the work is published or unpublished. This is again the important point to take care because most of the times whenever you are writing a technical paper, it is suggested that first you should apply for a copyright and then you can go for publication of your paper. Because when you are applying for copyright, then you are having all rights for that paper. Suppose I have written a technical paper and if I am applying for any conference, then obviously they will have their own copyright. They are having their copyright form. When you are applying in that way, they will take the ownership of your work. Then in that case, you will have only author of your work. You will not be owner of your work. So you will not get full rights for the work which you have created. So it is always suggested that first you should apply for copyright even if you are writing a technical paper, and then you can go for publishing or submitting your paper to any of the conference or any of the journal. So if you are writing whether the work is published as unpublished, then these two columns will be inactive. But if your content is already published somewhere in a conference or journal and then you are trying to apply for copyright, then this publish will be selected and these options will become active. Now what these options are, here you will have to write down the name of publishers to which you have submitted your work. Now, even while submitting the work, sometimes it happens that you have done with the 75% of your work and you are submitting that paper to one of the conference. So that becomes the first publisher to whom you are submitting your work. Second times, as if it is your project paper, so now your entire work has been done, you are ready with your results also. So next 25% work is also added to the 75%. So now it is complete. So once the entire work is completed, then you are submitting that paper to some other journal. So that becomes the column number 10 ka information, subsequent publishing information. So here you have to write down the details of first publisher. Here you will have to write down the details of second publisher. Next is to whom you are going to give the rights which you are getting after registering of your copy. So here you can write down as same as affiliate. Next is here again you can write down as same as owner, because if you are applying for the ownership of the copyright, then name and addresses and nationalities of the person, if any, authorized to assign license rights comprising of the copyright. Means suppose if you are getting a license, then to whom the rights will be given. So here you can select same as author or same as owner or same as publisher. That depends on to whom you want to give your rights. But most probably we used to select this option as same as owner. Next is from 13 onwards, these fields are not applicable to us because these are for artistic work. So nowadays in college work, we are focusing only on a literary work. So till step number 12, all steps are important for us. Okay. I hope the steps are clear to you. Next step is for payment. So here you can go for payment. You can select your payment option, and once the payment has been done, you will get the payment receipt. And for copyright, the payment is just 500 rupees, not more than that. So 500 rupees you can spend for this, and you can get your copyright. And procedure is also that is not too much difficult. Only the thing is you have to remember the sequence of steps which need to be followed with the correct information. And please make sure that while entering the details, you are not making any mistake. Otherwise, it will become headache to you only. Because if something goes wrong while entering the data, you will get a discrepancy made. In that, they will mention what went wrong when you were filing the copyright. and then again the 30 days period will be given to you. Within that you will have to solve that discrepancy. If not, then वो तारीख पे तारीख वाला चक्कर चलता रहेगा and then you will fed up. So instead of that, make sure that in a first attempt only you are entering all the details correctly, and then you will be getting your copyright registered. These are the various methods which can be done. This is the procedure which I have already explained to you, that 40 days, and this is the flowchart, how it works. That also I have explained. And if the discrepancy comes which is not even solved by replying, say for example if the discrepancy is in the title, and if you are not solving it properly, then they can give you date for hearing also, wherein you will get a call from that, and then on call the hearing will be done, and you will have to justify yourself how the information is correct or what information should be there for your copyright application. So based on the answers which you are giving on hearing, they will decide whether the copyright is to be accepted or not. So these are the fee structure for all types of categories, and for copyright it is just a 500 for each board. Here you can see dramatic, musical, artistic, literary, it is just a 500. Copyright for startup, if you are interested. For startup, you can have patent, you can have copyright, you can have trademark, and you can have even trade secrets. Why patent? Because obviously when you are going for a startup, you have your inventions in your mind, so you can file a patent. Then suppose if you have your business for which you are having your source code, you are having your computer software, so you can copyright for your software. Then obviously if you are running up your own company, your own firm, then you must have designed a logo for that. So obviously you can trademark your logo of your startup, and you can go for trade secret also, because in order to get run that company successfully, obviously you'll be following certain strategies, certain business rules, so those will come under trade secret. So if you are interested in a startup, you can go for patent, copyright, trademark, and trade secrets, all types of IPs. So that's all from my side. These are the references. If you have any query, you can ask, or I'll be sharing the PPT with ma'am with all the steps. You can contact with your ma'am for your queries. Thank you. That will not be there. It's a government. But within 500 it is getting done.
And you said that students get copyright their report. So the content will be is there any format given by the software?
They have not given, but we have copyrighted our students' project report. Like what we are doing is initial pages we are removing, the Roman numbers wala pages, list of figures and all that. The page from where the actual content starts, introduction, abstract and all that. From there you can prepare, you can save as that report, you will prepare that report for copyright. The first page, if you want I will share the report, we have already done that report for copyright. So first page will be the title of your project, then the student members along with you as a guide, and then from second page onwards introduction and all the contents of your report including even result and conclusion. So that I suggest that it is a secure option to go for a copyright of report. Report PPT of even your technical paper easily happens. Computer software may somehow discrepancies come, or they may take extra time. If the executable files are not running at their side, then it goes in stupidity and all that. Efforts are same, amount is also same, but there are some difficulties for registering the computer software. So the safer option is you can go for a report.
And also you said you can cooperate for the data set.
Data set, if you are creating images, say for example, for image processing project. Suppose sign to text language, for that if you are creating your own images, then you can have that data set and then you can do the copyright for that.
Is there any requirement that minimum disclosure
I'll check and I'll let you know. We have IT department of our college has done that data set for us. I'll let you know.
and when we are finding this technical that we in that specify
Technical?
मारी
Technical requirements, yes, you can specify. Technical report, you can specify. Content. Content is not the criteria. Number of pages can be the criteria. So 50 pages will be the criteria for the 50 pages. And for computer software, earlier they used to get a CD from us. In that they were expecting the source code, executable files and all that. But nowadays their rules have been changed. They are asking for first 10 pages of the source code and last 10 pages of the source code. That is what they are asking, and that is not even a CD. You can upload that.
and for
सबको जाने सूर्य कैसा नजर आता है सबको जाने
If
सूर्य
there
का
is
पता
a
है
then
दोनों आपके
otherwise
बीच
no
में
call nothing. If you are submitting all documents properly,
बीच में है
most probably they used to ask a copy of your work, जो तुमको copyright करना है. Then the application form which you are filling that should be correctly filled. Then your payment receipt is required. I have that folder. I'll show you. Can we go back to the folder now? See, I have brought that entire list also. So this is the copyright which I have done recently. So we have this NOC format for the college where this we are forwarding.
तेरा हाथ है
So this we are forwarding to our principal sir, and then we are getting NOC after we are forwarding this to IPR cell to principal sir. Then next is from this we are getting this kind of NOC, which is the institutional NOC which need to be or which you can upload in your college. If the criteria is different, you can go according to that.
डबल चेक करें
Next is all authors NOC. This is one of the important documents. Whoever authors who are interested for registering copyright, all authors should have this format of NOC. So you can combine all applications all together of all authors, and this will be one PDF of all authors NOC. Next is this is the form which will be generated once you are filling all the details correctly in that XID form.
अपने फोन की कैमरा बंद कर दो
SOP. Once that XID form is
Camera
filled
बंद हो
correctly,
जाएगा।
this will be generated. So whatever data you are writing, like class of the work, description, all details will be stored in this file. Next is this payment receipt will be generated once you are doing the payment, and you can see that diary number will be generated once you are paying 500 rupees. So this number is also important. Your user ID, your password, and along with that diary number is important because how you are going to search your work. Suppose you have applied for a copyright and few months after you have to check what is the status. So you can use this diary number and you can search with your diary number.
ऐसा कर ऐसा
So this is the format how we have used the reports for copyright. This is actually copyrighted. So यहाँ पे you'll get a stamp from their office that this book is copyrighted. So ये stamp है every page पे. So this is the first page, names of authors and applicants, and then the report continues, starting from the abstract, chapter 1, introduction, so on and so on. All the reports. This is how you will get your certificate once your copyright will be registered.
झाली काय स्टोरी सारं नामस
And even on a website you can search. You will be entering your diary number and you will be getting the status your home has been registered.
You said that suppose first started. So in the part
No, idea you can mention for the patent. What is your business idea? But for that company, suppose if you are writing particular software or for some creation which is new, which is your own creation, that you can copyright. Startup will have all types of IPs. Yes. Yes, that can be. Yes, but with that you can have a certain description of your diagram. Yes. 50 pages they have said. Max 50 pages can be uploaded. So if you are going for a copyright of diagram, then you will have a proper description with some abbreviations of some symbols. If you are using, you can include that in it. So that can be one of the document which is your work.
On behalf of ISC President, ISC Vice President, Permanent Heads and Coordinators, and the entire deputy family, I extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed speaker for sharing their invaluable wisdoms and expertise during the enlightened seminar. Your knowledge has truly enriched our understanding, and we are thankful for your time and commitment to this area. We look forward to future opportunities for learning and growth. Thank you.
चल खूप मिले थे अभी सुबह अभी प्रिंट कैसे करना है ऐसे ऐसे एंड करते हैं अभी कैसे करना है